Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, investigators believe they know the cause of a devastating fire that destroyed a well-known business in Waterville.
Plus, state officials say more needs to be done to clean the destruction caused by a train derailment near Moosehead Lake.
And lawmakers are considering a bill that calls for more training for child protective workers.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in on this Monday morning. We hope you had a wonderful weekend. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, check out the forecast. And unfortunately, it looks like a wet start to the work week.
Yeah.
Next couple of days going to see some rain. But later on in the week, some real nice weather's on the way.
I kind of prefer it that way. Let's get it out of our system
early in the week. If you got to work, you might as well be rainy.
Yeah, good point. All right, here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get things rolling out here this morning. A small crowd advisory is posted along the coast until 8 p.m. this evening. We have our area low pressure that's approaching now, which will give us some gusty winds today and rain showers today through pretty much Thursday, with a little bit of a break coming up Wednesday night. But otherwise, though, here's our flow of moisture starting to move in now. You notice it's kind of hitting a little bit of a wall here. Once it hits Bangor, it's pretty much starting to get a little drier further off towards the east. The whole state will have an opportunity for rain throughout the daytime period today and pretty much the next several days as well. But the better opportunities will be along into the west of Bangor. Let's zoom things out, though. Here's that area low pressure right about in here, with that flow of moisture moving into the state now, and we'll keep that flow of moisture moving in for the next several days, at least through Thursday before we start to dry out after that. So Futurecast showing that chance for rain showers today. Maybe further off towards the north, you might notice a few wet snowflakes, but most of us will stay as rain with temperatures that will be above freezing. And the wind's gusty today as well. That's why the small craft advisory is posted. But notice later on tonight, the winds do start to back off a bit to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So our hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing rain showers with a few breaks from time to time. Temperatures only making it into the mid-40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
A Waterville landmark has been destroyed by fire. Fire crews were called to the last Unicorn restaurant around 3:50 Sunday morning and had to work quickly to make sure residents in nearby apartments had escaped. 3 firefighters received minor burns from what is now being considered an accidental fire. Devin Dagnall has more.
My heart is racing.
Early Sunday morning, the Waterville Fire Department was dispatched to 8 Silver Street for a structure fire at the last Unicorn restaurant. Upon arrival, a team of firefighters entered the building but quickly became disoriented due to the intensity of the flames.
Conditions changed rather rapidly for them. There was a mayday issued, and 4 minutes later, those firefighters made it out safely out of the building. They did suffer minor burns to their skin. They were evaluated at a local hospital as a precaution. They've since been released.
After a few hours, Waterville and neighboring fire departments were able to knock down the fire before it spread to the nearby buildings. The Maine Fire Marshal has determined the fire was accidental after discovering it originated in an area where cleaning rags were stored.
I'm sad. It's a great restaurant, had great community. Everybody was excited about the place reopening, and I'm just really sad.
Waterville's mayor, Jay Quello, says it's a tragedy to lose such an iconic restaurant, but he will be doing everything he can to make sure the out-of-work staff will be taken care of.
Talk to the business owner himself. I know that they have about 15 employees, but I have my group of people raising money. We're going to make sure that the employees that do work here are taken care of financially for the next couple of weeks, because they're not going to have a paycheck before they have to go get another job.
If you would like to donate, send funds to Maine Mayor, all one word spelled MAINEMAYOR on Cash App. In Waterville, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A gas explosion caused a fire that destroyed a Brewer home Friday afternoon. Brewer Public Safety Director Jason Moffett says crews responded to a report of an explosion at 1072 North Main Street just after noon. He says crews arrived to find a fully involved structure fire. Moffett says the person who lives at the home was not injured in the fire. However, there is a pet that is still unaccounted for.
Crews from multiple agencies responded, and we quickly got the fire under control. Right now, we know there are no injuries among people. There is still a pet we're looking for at this point.
Moffett says the home appears to be a total loss. According to Brewer Fire, the fire marshal's office investigation officially determined the fire started due to a propane explosion in the kitchen.
Well, in other news, state officials aren't pleased with how the cleanup is going at the site of that messy train derailment near Moosehead Lake. They're now asking the railway company to ramp up their cleanup efforts to meet environmental standards in Maine. Our David Ledford has more.
Following the derailment of a freight train in the Sandwich Academy Grant Township, the Maine Department of Environmental Protection has sent a letter to Canadian Pacific Kansas City, the railway company that owns the train, warning them to improve their cleanup efforts. While the railway company has made some progress cleaning up the site, representatives for the department say they have not gone far enough. In the letter, Maine Department of Environmental Protection Commissioner Melanie Loisem said the railroad, part quote, failed to meet department expectations regarding timing and response of cleanup activities in order to effectively mitigate impacts to the environment and public health, end part quote. Department representatives say that if the railroad fails to clean up the site of the derailment to their satisfaction, the department will take over the cleanup effort at the expense of Canadian Pacific. According to the department, the railroad failed to empty locomotive saddle tanks before removing them from the site, which they say resulted in environmental consequences on Thursday. The Maine Department of Environmental Protection estimates that 500 gallons of diesel fuel spilled into the surrounding environment, saturated the soil, and migrated into local waterways.
Having fuel spill that close to the lake it's a big concern.
Department officials say that some of the fuel has already been recovered from the water. Prior to the spill, biologists from the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife had determined there were no immediate impacts to local fish and wildlife. But staff plan to return next week for another assessment. A resident of nearby Greenville said they hope this incident will lead to changes in the future.
I think our rail systems have been severely neglected for a lot of years. And so it's of absolutely no surprise. You know, if we're going to continue to use the rail system, there has to be some money put back into the rails so that they're safe.
A statement from the railroad reads in part, quote, "Our comprehensive response to this incident will not end until that restoration and cleanup has been completed. The remote forested nature of the area combined with the spring thaw has made cleanup efforts challenging." End part quote. DEP hazmat response staff will remain at the site through the weekend and will assist the railroad in developing plans for the contaminated soil. In Rockwood, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, emergency crews made a 30-minute hike carrying water tanks and hand tools to get to the scene of two fires burning on Acadia Mountain. Deputy Fire Chief Colton Sanborn for Southwest Harbor Fire Department says a hiker reported the fire around 3:11 p.m. on Sunday. Firefighters traveled through St. Xavier Mountain to approach both fires on Acadia Mountain. Responding agencies include Trenton, Hancock, Franklin, and Lemoyne Fire Departments. All island agencies reportedly assisted with the incident. There were no reported injuries. Sanborn says we couldn't have done this without the help of our mutual aid partners. The cause of both fires still under investigation this morning.
In a settlement agreement with top pharmacy retail outlets, including CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart, Aroostook County will be receiving more than $1 million for opioid abatement programs. Aroostook County Administrator Ryan Pelletier says the settlements are in response to the retailers distributing pain pills that could have likely led to the opioid epidemic across the nation. The money comes in addition to the $1.5 million the county is receiving from Johnson & Johnson from a previous lawsuit last November. Pelletier explains what he'd like to do with the funds.
What I'd like to see the money put towards is recovery programs, education programs, and in intervention. I think that Maine has a lot to learn from other states. Maine has a lot to learn in this entire process, and Aroostook is just a small piece of that.
Pelletier says to date, Aroostook County has received $325,000 from the Johnson & Johnson settlement. He emphasizes some of the agreements with these companies are one-time payments, while others will be paid in small amounts spread over multiple years.
The Health and Human Services Committee heard from lawmakers pushing for a bill to expand training for Child Protective Service workers. We spoke with a bill sponsor who says training can make the difference in life or death situations. A.J. Douglas has more.
Friday, Representative Colleen Madigan introduced LD 1013, an act to provide training, professional development, and wellness support to Child Protective Service workers. Madigan emphasizes that the decisions Child Protective Services makes changes the lives of children.
I don't want to hear about the next child death. I want to make sure that we're working to prevent that all the time.
Madigan says she has a background in social work and has talked with many families involved in the child welfare system. The proposed bill would allow for a longer onboarding training process while offering smaller caseloads to those in training. Madigan says child protective workers need the proper mentorship to make tough decisions.
One of the biggest decisions a child protective caseworker has to make is whether to remove a child from a home or leave them in the home, perhaps with some sort of additional services.
Maine Child Protective Services has been under fire since 4 children in the DHHS system died in June 2021, causing several groups to advocate for welfare reform. Many have criticized the agency for allowing the 4 children to return to parents who notably showed red flags prior to reunification.
People have known about this issue for a long time. For some reason, it hasn't been addressed the way it should.
Former Senator Bill Diamond continues to advocate for children in the DHHS system by creating the nonprofit Walk a Mile in Their Shoes, an organization dedicated to welfare reform for Child Protective Services. He says this bill is a step in the right direction.
I think this is a very good piece of legislation. I applaud the sponsor and co-sponsors. I think it recognizes what we've been saying for quite a while, and that is that caseworkers are oftentimes put in the middle of a situation that they may not be prepared for.
The bill is expected to have a work session in the upcoming weeks. A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Legislation has been introduced that could cut insulin costs for millions of Americans. U.S. Senator Susan Collins and Jeanne Shaheen of New Hampshire introduced bipartisan legislation called the Improving Needed Safeguards for Users of Life-Saving Insulin Now Act of 2023. They say the act would directly address the root problems in the insulin market, causing high list prices, while simultaneously extending vital patient protections, fostering competition, and broadening access to needed insulin products. In a statement, Collins and Shaheen said, quote, "We are encouraged by the proactive steps taken by private companies, but that is a drop in the bucket on action that is needed to lower prices across the board and keep them there. Americans living with diabetes and the ones who love them cannot wait any longer for Congress to act. The time is now," end quote.
So important for so many families out there. I can't imagine paying what they're paying just for a drug that they need to survive every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. I remind myself of that constantly. Yeah. Insulin is a great example of how exploited people often are, just getting medications they need. All right, the time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear why an osprey in Lemoyne is getting a lot of attention. And the arrival of warmer weather also marks the return of motorcycles to Maine roadways. We'll have some advice that will help keep everyone safe.
But first, another check of your weather forecast. We can expect a rainy start to the work week. Rain showers today with a high in the middle 40s. The rain will continue through tonight into tomorrow. Tomorrow, another day a lot like today. The highs will be around 45.
Take your taste buds on a journey and experience the brand new international menu Tuesday through Thursday only at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub. Every Tuesday, enjoy their delicious French cuisine. On Wednesdays, enjoy their memorable Italian delicacies. And every Thursday, be ready for a fiesta with their Mexican favorites. A full 5-course dinner for just $29.95 per person. And don't forget about their all-you-can-eat seafood Fridays. The Lucerne Inn. Beautiful dining with a delicious view.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can I be entitled to money for pain and suffering?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the 2s. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
GMA this week is just wow with Yara Shahidi, Judy Blume, Jude Law and Jim Gaffigan, Lizzie Kaplan and Amanda Peet, and Dolly Parton live.
It's so good.
Plus, a mystery guest you're going to want to see this week on Good Morning America.
All the nonsense
Fibber.
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
This week on Wheel.
What are y'all doing here? You want money or something?
Of course the money's nice, but so are the Margaritaville Resort's family vacations.
Hey, hey, hey. That's a great trip. And you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, right?
Love Jimmy Buffett.
This week on Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Versant Power's live stream is back for its third year in a row to Lemoyne to display osprey in their natural habitat. Our Matthew Dronsick has the story.
If you've ever driven down Mud Creek Road in Lemoyne, you may have seen a solar panel on a telephone pole. Look up and you may catch a few birds in a nest. However, what you may not know is these birds are federally protected.
Around coastal areas like right here where we are in Lemoyne, ospreys tend to build their nests on top of utility poles. We know that the town of Lemoyne is very interested in these birds. They come back every year.
Right there behind me, that little platform up there, that is the osprey's nest. And after it nearly burned down in August 2020, Versant employees came together to build an alternative nest with a live webcam for everyone to watch the birds. Since then, the live streaming became so popular that it's back and better than ever.
The camera is very popular. The town enjoys it, our employees enjoy it, and it has over 2 million views.
We'll get Facebook posts and emails. Oh, the birds are back, and they're back this year. Down at the school, when they're in session, they have the Osprey Cam right on a monitor in the hallway as you walk in the building. People just love the osprey.
While viewers have the opportunity to see the birds fly into the nest, Miner says the next few weeks are just as important to witness.
We know that in April, in late April, they're going to be laying their eggs, and then in June, those eggs will hatch, and we'll be able to see their chicks.
Lemoyne Town Administrator Stu Marcoon thinks the birds are a sign of better things to come.
I think it's a sign of spring for people. If the osprey are back, it's going to be warmer.
In Lemoyne, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, if you want to check out the nest and to see the birds yourself, you can go to versant.com and click Community. Very neat. Well, the Eastern Maine Woodturners Association hosted a workshop to help community members learn to turn. The organization is a collective of those who love working with wood. The association hosted a hands-on workshop at the United Technology Center in Bangor. The workshop is open to beginners of all ages interested in working with wood.
Turners are unique. We love to share. I mean, we don't hold our secrets. We like to share our secrets for how to do things, and then everybody grows from it. So that's what we're all about.
Those interested in learning more should visit Eastern Maine Woodturners Association on Facebook to find some calendar events.
A collection of local theater groups got together to celebrate the birthday of one of history's most influential playwrights. April 23rd marked the 459th birthday of William Shakespeare, and thespians from Waterville and beyond came together to make birthday cards.
It's been exciting to see the kind of cross-section of people in the arts in Waterville, people affiliated with Colby, those that Waterville creates, and then independent artists who are making this a vibrant place to live.
The Bartolaters, or those who deeply admire William Shakespeare, enjoyed cake along with a selection of sonnets and monologues. The event was held as part of Colby College's 5th annual Fringe Festival, which is a celebration of the arts at Colby and beyond. The festival runs until April 29th.
Very neat. Well, the time now is 6:19. Coming up after the break, it's official. It's warm enough for the bikes to be back on the road. We'll hear from an expert on motorcycle safety coming up.
This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
I'm Phil Levesque,
president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
May is for moms, and this Mother's Day, our local mom-owned businesses have teamed up to celebrate you with this amazing giveaway. Enter to win a luxurious spa service at Marilyn Monroe Spas,
free laundry service from the Laundry Basket,
a delicious dessert at Happy Endings Dessert and Martini Bar, a month-long membership to Evolve Fitness,
and $100 towards any IV vitamin infusion or weight loss service at Riverlight Restorative Health. To enter, visit our Facebook pages, scan the QR code, or stop by any of our locations.
Happy Mother's Day from us to you.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Welcome back, everyone. As seasons change, some are dusting off their motorcycles to enjoy the warm weather. Our David Ledford spoke with experts about how to make that ride a safe one.
There's a lot of things that are avoidable, such as wearing a helmet, wearing gear, not driving under the influence.
With Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month starting in May, it's a time to remind drivers that they will once again be sharing the road with motorcyclists. According to the Maine Department of Public Safety, Maine saw an increase in total motorcycle crash fatalities in 2022 compared to 2021. Just this Thursday, there were 2 instances of motorcycle drivers eluding police in Bangor and Eddington, according to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office. Some say they are worried about how incidents like these will affect the community.
If the old adage, one bad apple spoils the whole barrel, it's the same thing in motorcycling. We have a few people who do dangerous things. Unfortunately, people tend to judge all motorcyclists in that light, and that's just not the case. The vast majority are very safe.
Terry Atwood, owner of Bangor Area Motorcycle School, says unregistered motorcycle operators pose a threat to others, and one of the safest things a rider can do is to get properly trained. Atwood says drivers should check their blind spots and stay alert to watch for bikers. Kate West, motorcycle safety instructor at the A&J Motorcycle Safety School, says riders should always be properly prepared before they hit the road.
I recommend everyone getting out there and checking over their bikes. Bikes are very different over the winter. Also, your skills are a little rusty come springtime. It's a great idea to take your bike to a parking lot, get some experience. Things get rusty, your bike and you, over the winter.
Instructors say high speeds often contribute to fatal crashes and ask that everyone on the roadways simply slow down. In Bucksport, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's important for the cyclists to drive safely, but really important for all of us to keep our eyes out for them, because most of the year we don't really see them on the roads. And
they can only do so much if the drivers and the cars aren't doing their part of keeping space and always being cognizant.
Could be so dangerous.
Yeah. All right, the time now is 6:23.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast with Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, here we are. Small craft advisory is posted right along the coastline, lasting till about 8 p.m. this evening. We're going to be watching out for wave heights. It will get a little active today, courtesy of our area low pressure that is starting to move in. In fact, let's check out those wave heights right now. And as expected, they have increased to around 8 feet, according to the buoys out there. This is why we do have a small craft advisory posted along the coast until 8 p.m. tonight at the very least. But for now, we are watching precipitation moving in as well. So not only do we have gusty winds, we're also watching out for rain. We have rain that's been falling from time to time. You look closely at the map, you might see a few areas of blue starting to mix in. I would not be surprised if there's a few snowflakes in the northern parts of the state this morning. But once you get closer to Bangor, I expect this to stay as all rain. But if you do travel to the north, don't be surprised to notice a few snow showers that may try to mix in. But yeah, we will have an area low pressure that will be mixing in pretty much throughout the week. So this area low pressure will get out of here. This is going to be sticking around for a while yet. So that does mean rain chances at least through Thursday, with a break coming up Wednesday night as well. So futurecast moving forward, showing those chances for rain showers moving in today. and also into parts of tonight as well. So it's very dreary out there. We're not going to see the sun much this week. With plenty of cloud cover and a few rain showers, maybe some snowflakes further off towards the north as well today, and also into parts of tomorrow as well, as we'll keep chances for rain showers going at least through Wednesday before we catch a little bit of a break as we head towards Wednesday night. As we head towards Wednesday night, though, we'll get the rain showers out of here at least for a brief time. Here's Wednesday afternoon right here, but by Wednesday night, though, we get a little bit of a break before another wave of energy moves in, giving us more chances for rain showers by Thursday, and then we finally get this out of here, and Friday will show a lot of sunshine. So there's improvement on the way. We just had to wait until Friday for it to get here. But otherwise, though, here's some rain chances for pretty much the rest of this week, and of course, expect this to change, though, as we do have rain falling now and more on the way. Areas in the western parts of the state, maybe up to 3/4 of an inch of additional rainfall this week. Other areas, again, it's not going to be a lot of rain. It's going to be a very dreary week, with some areas seeing up to around 1/4 of an inch before we're all finished up, at least 2 parts of Thursday night. So otherwise, though, average high temperature is 57 degrees, 40s on the way today and tomorrow. Gradually warming up, low 50s by your Wednesday, mid-50s Thursday. The 60s are back Friday and Saturday, with upper 50s returning again as we head towards your Sunday. So for today, mid-40s, rain showers and breezy, east wind at about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 30s, more rain showers on the way, maybe a few west snowflakes if you're lucky. East wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. More rain showers tomorrow, highs in the mid-40s, southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. The rain continues through Wednesday. We'll get a little bit of a break by Wednesday night, then more rain showers by Thursday, finally drying out by Friday with a partly cloudy sky and highs in the low 60s.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health. In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln. Raise your flag this spring with a new flag from Flags for Patriots in Bangor, providing flags for your home, state, business, or organization. We stock flags from all states and many countries, banners, bunting, poles, and accessories. Visit our website and order your new flag today.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 Series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. U.S. military forces conducting a special operation to get American diplomats out of Sudan. Despite the international community pushing for peace, there is no end to the fighting in sight. Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst has the latest.
The U.S. moving swiftly to get its embassy staff out of the embattled African country of Sudan, as fighting intensifies between rival military factions in the capital of Khartoum. Special forces airlifting nearly 100 people out of harm's way. No shots were fired during the operation.
We ought to commend the military and the intelligence community for getting our diplomatic personnel out. That was a dangerous mission to take them out by helicopter.
Airstrikes rang out across Khartoum this weekend, despite a temporary ceasefire in place. Hundreds have been killed since the fighting broke out just over a week ago. The Sudanese army and a rival paramilitary force both vying for control of the government. The already impoverished country is now on the brink of a humanitarian catastrophe.
There is no electricity in the city. There is no water in households. Food is fast running out.
The U.S. Embassy is now closed indefinitely. Other countries, including France and the UK, are also moving to evacuate personnel. There are currently no plans to rescue American citizens who are not diplomats. An estimated 16,000 U.S. citizens are registered with the embassy. Those trapped in the country are urged to take extreme caution.
Shelter in place, and hopefully we can find a way to end the fighting, get humanitarian aid, and get our people out.
President Biden has urged an end to the violence, though currently neither side appears close to a peace settlement or victory.
Trey Yingst reporting. Meanwhile, Russia is threatening to shut down grain exports from Ukraine if the U.S. and its allies decide to ban a majority of exports to Russia as punishment for its invasion. All this comes as Ukrainian forces prepare to launch a major counteroffensive. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan is in Kyiv with the latest.
Ukrainian forces pushing forward in the east. It could be an indication of possible countermeasures that government officials here in Kyiv say that they have long planned. Take a look at this map with soldiers advancing across the river, reclaiming and reestablishing positions east of Kherson. Ukraine, however, did report overnight attacks across the country from Russia. And Russia has also claimed more ground in the contested town of Bakhmut. Yuri Sak, an advisor to Ukraine's defense minister, spoke on Fox News about this contested town and Ukraine's ability to hold on.
It is a daily reminder of Russia's utter impotence on the battlefield. It is a daily reminder of the fact that Russia is nothing but a paper tiger, which for 7 months now is unable to gain control of a small city. But what it means for us, of course, is that we are destroying Russians.
As other world leaders seek to support Ukraine in the war, G7 officials are now considering banning most exports to Russia, a move that Moscow says could trigger the end to the current grain deal. Now, remember, last year, Ukrainian grain ships were blocked for months, which then spiked food prices across Europe and worsened the food crisis in northern Africa. As other allies continue to vow to support Ukraine, the Ukraine Contact Group has so far pledged or supplied Ukraine with as many as 250 tanks and as many as 1,500 armored vehicles. This is on top of other weapons also claimed and ammunition provided in the contested town of Bakhmut.
There's a new push this morning to crack down on poorly made lithium-ion batteries after a spike in fires, some of them deadly. Now the most powerful U.S. senator is calling for change. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
We were sleeping. When actually we woke up, the fire was all over.
Alfonso Villa's 8-year-old daughter lost her life after a fire in their New York home blamed on a lithium-ion battery being charged for an e-scooter.
The batteries can kill your family in 1 second.
After dozens of fires this year and 5 deaths, New York senators are now pushing for federal safety guidelines, which would allow regulators to crack down on cheaper, low-quality batteries.
Without federal legislation, since so many of these batteries come from cross-state lines, are made overseas, or made in China, we will not have a complete and strong solution.
In New York City alone, where more delivery workers are using e-bikes, 216 lithium-ion battery fires were reported last year, compared to only 40 back in 2020. This fire safety video shows how quickly a fire from an e-scooter can spread through a living room.
For first responders, these are incredibly dangerous fires.
Alfonso Villa just wants change.
And I don't want that to happen to anyone out there, you know.
So dangerous out there. We had a fire in Maine, I think it was just a week or so ago. Somebody disposed of some lithium batteries in their garbage.
Right.
And they get in there, they got crushed, and it created a fire. It can cause a lot of problems, so we have to be careful on how we dispose of those kind of things.
Right. And we don't even hear about the kind of lesser harmful fires that happen all the time.
Yeah.
It's really got me thinking about it a lot lately. All right, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll find out the identity of Portland's long-adored Valentine bandit, who has only allowed for his identity to be revealed in the wake of his passing.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Herman Meadow is a very user-friendly golf course. We have some very good rates. We have discounts for military people. We have discounts for seniors, individual and group lessons for juniors.
The greens, especially this year, they're in excellent shape. It's not a course that won't allow you to hit the ball 10 or 12 times on any hole and still have fun.
There's some challenges out there, but there's also some risk rewards.
It's convenient. You can come in Union Street, you can come in Route 2. It's just in a great location.
It's just a fun place to play.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
A museum in Aroostook County is paying respect to the mortuary business.
So I thought, I've got all this antique funeral paraphernalia. Why not display it?
We'll tell you all about the Rest in Peace Museum tonight on ABC 7 News at 6.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, April 24th, 2023. Today, the sunrise occurs at 5:36 a.m. and sets at 7:34 p.m., which means we've gained about an hour and 10 minutes of daylight since just the beginning of the month, heading in the right direction, too.
Yeah, I know. And I was kind of surprised when I went up the stairs this morning at 5:45, and I was like, wow, there is plenty of light outside.
Yeah, I like that.
Would be even more if it wasn't kind of a dreary day. All right, and we'll be gaining daylight until the summer solstice, which of course is on June 21st. Today is also National New Kids on the Block Day. The band got together in 1984 and has widely been considered the godfather of the modern boy band, which I don't really think there's a current equivalent. I mean, we had One Direction. They stopped making music together, I think.
Several years ago.
The Backstreet Boys, obviously, and NSYNC, but none of those bands are currently together, and we don't have anything for the boy band fans out there.
Thank goodness.
You've been to a One Direction show, haven't you?
I've been to like 3 One Direction concerts,
I didn't know that.
And I'm not into that kind of music. But
okay.
Although I know it all now, so I guess I can sing along to some of it.
Not really similar to AC/DC, huh?
No, not AC/DC. Yeah, it's like kind of like classic rock and old country and stuff like that. But I like a little bit of everything.
You were being a good dad there. Yeah.
All right, on this day in history, in 1833, the first soda fountain was patented. In 1913, the Woolworth Building opened in New York City by Frank Winfield Woolworth at a cost of $13.5 million. Seemed like a lot at the time, and at 792 feet, it was the world's tallest building at that time.
And in 1916, members of the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army seized strategic points in Dublin during the Easter Rising, which heralded the end of British power in Ireland. And in 1961, the 17th century Swedish warship Vasa was salvaged in the Stockholm harbor. It had been underwater for over 300 years. You can now see it fully in its glory on display in Stockholm, Sweden. That's on my bucket list for sure. I had a friend go recently and post pictures. The artisan, it's
very ornate, the workmanship
Thank you.
they put into it back then. Yeah, I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff.
It's incredible. Yep. I guess I'm going to have to go to Sweden.
Let's go to Sweden. We're out of here. Right. All right, for birthdays today, we have award-winning singer and actress Barbara Streisand, who is 81 years old. I don't know why I said it that way. Just can't believe she's 81, really? Actor Joe Keery, famous for his role as Steve Harrington in Stranger Things, is 31 today.
31 years
31! Oh my gosh! And country singer Kelly Clarkson is 41 today. So happy birthday to all them. I don't know why I did it like that. So. What?
Well, it's hard to imagine. I almost put a photo of her in her younger years because she has a lot of beautiful photo shoots. But I was like, no, we got to respect her now. She looks great and she's doing well.
She's doing wonderful.
Yeah.
I grew up with her. I think that's why, you know, she's
of
81.
course.
It makes sense because I'm getting old too. So,
Right. Oh,
you know.
well, she's doing well.
Yeah.
All right, moving on now. It is dreary outside today. The sunrise is kind of dampened by that, but either way, it'll looks like it's going to rain out by the end of the week.
Northern Lights were beautiful last night, though. I've seen some pictures on Facebook today, some down East Maine and a few other locations. Just beautiful.
Wow,
so,
I'm glad to hear it. I'll have to search for those as well.
It turned out to be a better weekend than we expected, I think.
Yes, definitely. A little cloudy, but the sun shined through.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with this week's forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get things rolling out here this morning. A small crowd advisory is posted along the coast until 8 p.m. this evening. We have our area low pressure that's approaching now, which will give us some gusty winds today and rain showers today through pretty much Thursday, with a little bit of a break coming up Wednesday night. But otherwise, though, here's our flow of moisture starting to move in now. You notice it's kind of hitting a little bit of a wall here. Once it hits Bangor, it's pretty much starting to get a little drier further off towards the east. The whole state will have an opportunity for rain throughout the daytime period today and pretty much the next several days as well. But the better opportunities will be along into the west of Bangor. Let's zoom things out, though. Here's that area low pressure right about in here, with that flow of moisture moving into the state now, and we'll keep that flow of moisture moving in for the next several days, at least through Thursday before we start to dry out after that. So Futurecast showing that chance for rain showers today. Maybe further off towards the north, you might notice a few wet snowflakes, but most of us will stay as rain with temperatures that will be above freezing. And the wind's gusty today as well. That's why the small craft advisory is posted. But notice later on tonight, the winds do start to back off a bit to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So our hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing rain showers with a few breaks from time to time. Temperatures only making it into the mid-40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, the passing of a man from southern Maine has revealed the answer to a long-time mystery. 67-year-old Kevin Farman has brought joy to many on Valentine's Day for years. His identity is finally being revealed as the Valentine Bandit, after Maine Public reporting Sunday that Farman had died suddenly on Friday. Fairman, brought joy to the region by plastering red hearts on downtown Portland businesses and other places for decades, a secret he even kept from many of those who knew him. A celebration of life for Fairman will be held from tomorrow at the Portland Yacht Club in Falmouth.
Very nice. It has been a mystery for many years.
Right.
You know, they put up hundreds of those hearts all over the place. Kind of a neat thing people look forward to every year at Valentine's Day.
And a great way to be remembered.
Yeah. Hey, I've got a follow-up for you, too. Something that we mentioned, I think it was a week or so ago. John Travolta's iconic white suit that he wore in Saturday Night Fever. We did the story how it was going on the auction block.
Yeah.
Well, it has sold for $260,000.
Wow.
Or I don't know if it says anything who bought it. No, it doesn't say who bought it, but somebody owns that white suit now for $260,000.
I wonder if they're going to wear it.
I'd wear it all the time.
If so, I'm going to need a selfie.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on now. When we return, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
Has paying your mortgage been a struggle since COVID-19? The Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund could help. You may be eligible for up to $50,000 in aid. Apply today at mainehomeownerhelp.org.
Comfort Shoes and More is your destination for all of your spring and summer footwear essentials. We have trained podorthists on site, and our friendly, caring, and knowledgeable staff will make sure you are fitted with the proper footwear that is perfect for you. We have Power Lace shoes, the self-lacing shoe activated by your body weight. Just step in and go. We have many new sandal styles from Hoka, Teva, Power Step, Stride, and more. Come visit Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to find the perfect shoes for you.
You found the one. Peaks Hill Lodge in Denham. Beautiful outdoor and indoor weddings and events in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. Dance the night away on our 1,100 square foot dance floor. Full service catering, and cash bar. Peaks Hill Lodge. Contact us to schedule a tour and book your wedding today.
Behind on home expenses due to COVID-19? You're not alone. Help is available for mortgage, utilities, or property taxes through the Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund. See if you qualify at mainehomeownerhelp.org.
Local news weeknights at 6 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC 7.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Let's start up in Orono. It was a big day Saturday for UMaine fans as Black Bear football took the field for all to see at the annual Jeff Cole Memorial Spring Game. It was a beautiful day for some action at Alphonse Stadium, and it delivered in spades. For the first couple hours of the event, the Black Bear offense and defense squared off in live reps with a variety of players getting a chance to show their skills. When it came time for the actual offense versus defense game, the offense scored on their first 2 possessions, but a valiant effort and 3 key stops for the defense, including this last one on 4th down, handed them the victory. On a day where the offense shined, head coach Jordan Stevens says that last stop was the perfect way to end it.
We put them in some tough situations. Anytime you're doing these scrimmages, sometimes they don't feel great because you put the ball on the plus side of the field or a short field. It obviously favors the offense, but just seeing them get a stop in the end and was huge because that's what we needed.
And then there was the event that surrounded the game. There were games for kids, an obstacle course, a bouncy house, plus plenty of folks throwing around the pigskin, plus playing some cornhole, and of course the food. To have this type of atmosphere for this day has the players feeling proud to be a part of this culture.
This is why you come to the University of Maine and play football, for atmospheres such as this, because you want to showcase, and to be able to do that in front of friends, family, anyone that was here, it means a lot.
Me personally, I love a crowd. I'm always hyped to hear the crowd get loud, and everybody that's coming together, man, as one. It's a good unit and good atmosphere and spirit here at UMaine.
Okay, now let's go to the diamond for something really, really cool. During Husson's softball's doubleheader against Thomas College on Saturday, Husson's New England School of Communication filmed the game in a very unique way. Don't adjust your TVs. This is a Division III school using a drone to film a sporting event. You hardly ever see this in the major leagues. They also had microphones on the bases, on the batter's box, in the pitcher's circle, but using a drone was the crown jewel. And it wasn't as easy as just breaking one out and flying it.
So this process, I'd say, has going on for probably a good month or so, more than that, through security. Husson Security had to get approval through them, and then also the FAA. So that, that includes an app you had to download. I had to get approval through that. That was super quick, though. It's a process for sure.
And with that type of advanced production from this size of a school, all involved believe that this is a chance to show their viewers and perhaps the nation what NESCOM is capable of.
I think it's definitely going to help spotlight us a lot more. A lot of D3 schools don't ever have a drone, so I think it's really going to help us stand out a lot, and it's going to be awesome.
And it was awesome. And let's go to leg 2 of that doubleheader now. Eagles took game 1 5-0. They're trying for the sweep. Let's talk about Husson's Danielle Masterson. She pitched a complete game with 5 hits and 10 strikeouts. What a performance by the freshman out of Hamden. The game would be scoreless until the 4th when Emily Dunbar nailed a base hit to left center. That brings home Julia Gregoire, 1-0 Husson. 2 batters later, it's Katie Raymond with bases loaded. She'll ground out to first, but Jill Bisson scores from third, 2-0. 2 batters after that, it's Kenzie Dorr. She grounds one through the hole. Dunbar already scores. Here comes Tegan Blackie from second to make it 4-0. Husson would add one more in the inning and preserve the shutout 5-0. They sweep the Terriers to remain unbeaten in NAC play. And right after softball, we shot over to Husson baseball. They're trying for a Saturday sweep 2 against Maine Presque Isle. Bottom 8, Husson down 3-1. Runners in scoring position, base hit up the middle by Tanner Evans. Keegan Sear comes home. Akira Warren charging from second. He slides in to tie the game at 3. We go to extras. And in the bottom of the 11th with Kobe Rogerson at second, David York nails one into left. Rogerson rounding third, and he scores the winning run. It's a walk-off for the Eagles. They win it 4-3, and they sweep the Owls. And now for an update from the hardwood. Former Tacoma State champ and current Montverde Academy star Cooper Flagg has gotten offers from so many top colleges. This week, he added another to the list. Flagg announced on his Twitter late Friday that he had received an offer from Kansas State and head coach Jerome Tang. Flagg says, as always, he is blessed to have received the opportunity. This marks Flagg's 10th college offer, a list that includes, here we go, Albany, Bryant, Maine, Georgia, Iowa, Duke, UCLA, Michigan, and West Virginia. Flagg is reaching the end of his sophomore year at Montverde Academy. And now let's go to some other scores from the area. Maine softball, unfortunately, couldn't notch a win in their doubleheader at UMBC Saturday. UMBC won Game 1, 1-0, Game 2, 2-1. Maine baseball did, however, pick up a win against Hartford Saturday at home. They win yet another series. They win that game 2-1. And Old Town softball, check this out. In Game 1 of their doubleheader against Caribou Saturday, they won 27-0. In Game 2, they won 26-0. The Coyotes outscored Caribou 53-0 in the 2 games they played on Saturday. Absolutely crazy. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Living in Maine, many things stick with you throughout your life. If you're far from home or you're missing those things, then Box of Maine is for you. Shipping nationwide for corporate businesses or individuals, Box of Maine gives everyone their own personal taste of our great state. And a portion of every box we sell goes directly to local nonprofits. Have you visited the gift shop yet? Filled to the brim with everything you find in our boxes, you can pick what you need or even create your own box. Stop by for perfect Maine gifts today at Box of Maine.
We've done so much since buying the tractor.
Getting, firewood from the woodshed to the house. I'll load up the bucket and it's so much easier. Wintertime, the snow builds up here in the dooryard. If I want to move it out to get onto the trail here, the bucket is huge for that. We have a compost pile over there. I turn the compost pile with it. Use the pallet forks to move larger piles of brush. I use the stump bucket to dig the larger rocks out of the old buried stone wall.
There really isn't anything that machine can't do.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I was getting a lot of mail about Medicare, getting pretty confused about it.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Somebody said something about Senior Planning Center.
I heard of Senior Planning Center, so we called them.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
I couldn't begin to do it all on my own, but Senior Planning Center did it all.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center helped us so much.
Biggest help I could ever have asked for.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, here we are. Small craft advisory is posted right along the coastline, lasting till about 8 p.m. this evening. We're going to be watching out for wave heights. It will get a little active today, courtesy of our area low pressure that is starting to move in. In fact, let's check out those wave heights right now. And as expected, they have increased to around 8 feet, according to the buoys out there. This is why we do have a small craft advisory posted along the coast until 8 p.m. tonight at the very least. But for now, we are watching precipitation moving in as well. So not only do we have gusty winds, we're also watching out for rain. We have rain that's been falling from time to time. You look closely at the map, you might see a few areas of blue starting to mix in. I would not be surprised if there's a few snowflakes in the northern parts of the state this morning. But once you get closer to Bangor, I expect this to stay as all rain. But if you do travel to the north, don't be surprised to notice a few snow showers that may try to mix in. But yeah, we will have an area low pressure that will be mixing in pretty much throughout the week. So this area low pressure will get out of here. This is going to be sticking around for a while yet. So it does mean rain chances at least through Thursday, with a break coming up Wednesday night as well. So futurecast moving forward, showing those chances for rain showers moving in today and also in the parts of tonight as well. So it's very dreary out there. We're not going to see the sun much this week, with just plenty of cloud cover and a few rain showers, maybe some snowflakes further off towards the north as well today, and also in the parts of tomorrow as well. well, as we'll keep chances for rain showers going at least through Wednesday before we catch a little bit of a break as we head towards Wednesday night. As we head towards Wednesday night, though, we'll get the rain showers out of here at least for a brief time. Here's Wednesday afternoon right here. But by Wednesday night, though, we get a little bit of a break before another wave of energy moves in, giving us more chances for rain showers by Thursday. And then we finally get this out of here. And Friday will show a lot of sunshine. So there's improvement on the way. We just had to wait until Friday for it to get here. Well, otherwise, though, here's some rain chances for pretty much the rest of this week. And, of course, expect this to change, though, as we do have rain falling now and more on the way. Areas in the western parts of the state, maybe up to 3/4 of an inch of additional rainfall this week. Other areas, again, it's not going to be a lot of rain. It's going to be a very dreary week with some areas seeing up to around 1/4 of an inch before we're all finished up at least 2 parts of Thursday night. So otherwise, though, average high temperature is 57 degrees, 40s on the way today and tomorrow. Gradually warming up, low 50s by your Wednesday, mid 50s Thursday. The 60s are back Friday and Saturday with upper 50s returning again as we head towards your Sunday. So for today, mid 40s, rain showers and breezy, east wind at about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 30s, more rain showers on the way, maybe a few wet snowflakes if you're lucky. East wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. More rain showers tomorrow, highs in the mid 40s, southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. The rain continues through Wednesday. We'll get a little bit of a break by Wednesday night, then more rain showers by Thursday, finally drying out by Friday with a partly cloudy sky and highs in the low 60s.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can I talk to a lawyer for free?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
May is for moms, and this Mother's Day, our local mom-owned businesses have teamed up to celebrate you with this amazing giveaway. Enter to win a luxurious spa service at Marilyn Monroe Spas.
Free laundry service from the Laundry Basket.
A delicious dessert at Happy Endings Dessert and Martini Bar. A month-long membership to Evolve Fitness.
And $100 towards any IV vitamin infusion or weight loss service at Riverlight Restorative Health. To enter, visit our Facebook pages, scan the QR code, or stop by any of our locations.
Happy Mother's Day from us to you.
Dr. Glassman is making mistakes.
I cannot have you operating right now.
And I will sue you.
No, you hesitated. Please tell us what the next step is.
Sean, you are out of line.
Answer.
The Good Doctor, tonight on ABC.
Looks like we're all out of time for today, folks. We hope you have an excellent day, and if you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com.
Have a great day.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Hi, this is Jason,
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
Come check us out.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half-off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
You took your sister in for a haircut.
She kept jabbing